alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It's your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where Edutainment explains it. It's about time for y'all to get y'all monthly dose of the Ghost with the Mouse. Yeah, we talking about Space Ghost, issue number 8, David Pepose and Jonathan Lau. David Pepose still ain't hollered at me yet. I'm putting it out. I'm putting it out, but I ain't getting no appreciation. That's all right though. That's all right though. We were getting ready to see one of my favorite villains out of the Space Ghost Rogues Gallery. I ain't gonna say one of my favorite villain out of the Space Ghost Rogues Gallery, and you're about to find out why. But before we get off into that, let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to Be Real with D-Real page so that when the material comes out, y'all gets it. If you're digging with a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share, because edutainment is what I do, and we gonna be edutaining on this here issue number 8, Space Ghost, faced with the megalomaniacal might of Metallus. I like alliteration, if you couldn't tell. You get that intro page where you can go Space Ghost. You can do that if you want to, but I wouldn't if you ain't got the pipes for it. Yeah. I mean, he's dispensing justice across the spaceways, is what they say. But why? Let's get a flashback. Looks like the genesis of the power bands, and from what we can see with the power bands, Space Ghost's wife Mira and his daughter Leela, because we know Space Ghost's real name is Dak. Okay, he's bringing spaghetti because they working on the bands, and we find that when we read, those bands are originally made for mining. Interesting. Okay, and out of nowhere, there's an explosion, and it takes out everybody. Because there's robots and there's Metallus all in the background, but we don't see him fully yet. He's wrecking havoc. He's been wrecking havoc since before Space Ghost became Space Ghost. So he's seasoned. Got it. Most of his villains are, but he seems to be the worst of the worst. And that is an awesome looking pose of Space Ghost standing in the background where you don't see nothing but his eyes. Nice work, Jonathan Lau. I likes that. And here there is a ship from the Galactic Federation that is under attack, and Space Ghost is coming at a rescue. Space Ghost does what he normally does, hops out and starts wrecking havoc, like Space Ghost is supposed to do. But while Space Ghost is wrecking havoc, he's getting help wrecking havoc. Jan and Jace are out there in the Phantom Cruiser firing blasts and keeping him from getting took from behind. Way to go, Jan and Jace. But then Space Ghost sees something that reminds him, oh my goodness, those are the same robots that were around when Leela and Mira got killed. So this must be that dude. And without warning, Space Ghost busts in to that big Imperial cruiser looking ship, which we know belongs to the bad guy, and proceeds to handle business. But looky here. They know he's Space Ghost, because Space Ghost froze the weapon, but I don't think that did anything to our antagonist, who we see in full on the next page. And he does not disappoint. Metallus, along with his robots and henchmen, is waiting. And he lets Space Ghost know everybody who has challenged General Metallus have not lived to tell the tale. Space Ghost ain't scared of none of that. Space Ghost is bum rushing him. Plus, this is the dude that's responsible for the death of my wife and daughter. I'm about to put hands on him. At least Space Ghost thought he was about to put hands on him. He bum rushed Space Ghost hard, didn't he? And just blasted him out of the ship. Dang! Space Ghost, you got like that, homie? So what are we going to do about this Mr. Ghost? Out in space, floating around, but he recovers quick enough to get back into the vicinity of that ship before it either warps or teleports away, leaving Jan and Jace dolo solo. But they see that robot head floating around, and we know Jace is smart. So they gonna find a way to either track and or communicate with or maintain surveillance upon Space Ghost, no matter where he is in the galaxy. Because they're smart like that, or he's smart like that. But let's see what's really going on. Yep, told you. Jacked in and conversation going on. General Metallus used to work for the Galactic Federation, but decided, I'm going to be a bad guy. And that's precisely what he did. He proceeded to be a bad guy. And now Space Ghost is by himself with this bad guy. Is Space Ghost going to be able to handle my man? What in blazes has Metallus done? Metallus is trying to take over the galaxy, I guess. Why wouldn't he be? Metallus has a bomb. Metallus has weapons. Metallus has robots. He's known as the robot master. He's known as the Iron General. He doesn't have good things in store for the galaxy. And this is what I like about Space Ghost stories. The villains are freaking villains. They don't have no sad backstory. Oh, I get revenge on the guy. No, I'm Metallus and I want to take over everything in front of me. While Space Ghost is on Inviso power, he does not realize Metallus has ways of surveilling him, even under Inviso power. And when he's discovered, they put the shock to him. There's Space Ghost laying around smoldering, and there's Metallus with his back to him, with his hands behind his back, monologuing like the villains do. Impressive. I never thought before to refract light waves for stealth. But I detected your energy signature the moment you boarded my ship, and I do not suffer saboteurs in my domain. Your theatrics might frighten the rabble of the cosmos, Space Ghost, but now you face an opponent of true metal. Don't nobody get that? His name is Metallus and he has metal. Okay, just me. All right. Space Ghost don't care. Space Ghost back up, trying to swing at him again with an energy blast, fist, and gets palmed and brought to his knees and thrown like a rag doll off the wall. See, Metallus, for all intents and purposes, is that guy. We following? Yeah, he's that dude. And while Space Ghost is reminiscing about his family, he's getting beat up. He's getting the daylights beat out of him by Metallus. And Metallus is like, how long before you get tired of getting beat up? But Space Ghost is like, nah, I'm going to hit you with the ice and the fire at the same time. And Metallus is able to hold it and take it and sustain it and hurt Space Ghost by crushing his hands. Ooh, this does not look good for Dak. And with one hand, he simply lifts Space Ghost and tosses him aside like so much rubbish. Man, what did I tell y'all about Metallus? Didn't I tell y'all Metallus is no punk? Now, what is Metallus getting ready to do? Metallus is attacking Galactic Federation protected worlds. He's a villain for villain's sake. He's doing villainous stuff because he's a villain. We like that. We like a villain to be the antithesis to our hero. Just as Space Ghost is so heroic, so too is Metallus so evil. And as if to accentuate that point, Metallus lets everybody on this Federation planet know. Let the burning ashes of your Federation herald my arrival, now and forever. This universe is mine. Invasion of the Space Armada. That's what he said. That's what he said. He had an armada. He always has an armada, doesn't he? Even in the cartoon, he had an armada. So why be any different now? So Space Ghost just got his ass handed to him in a major way. How is he going to bounce back? How is he going to be able to deal with Metallus? Does he have what it takes to deal with Metallus? At least in this comic book continuity, because Metallus seems mad formidable. Just wipe the floor with Space Ghost with ease. And this is the person that Space Ghost wants to get revenge against for the death of his wife and daughter. Well, next issue, it might be resolved. It might not be resolved. I don't think Metallus is the type of villain they're going to be able to deal with in just one or two issues. At least he shouldn't be. If he is, Dave, come on, man. Let's make Metallus a little more formidable than the antagonists he's faced so far. He faced the Widow and dealt with her in one issue. He faced the Creature King and dealt with him in one issue. He faced Moltar and dealt with him in one issue. Zorak, more or less, we'll give him. Brack and Tansy, they got dealt with in the same issue, so they were made to look real minor. But Metallus is out here doing it by his damn self. Well, with his robots anyway. How Space Ghost gonna cope? Are we wondering, or do we care? Go back and check out those first 7 issues and see how Space Ghost was handling things, and look at hey, wow, Metallus is a whole problem. Like I said, y'all gonna have to tune in next month to see how Metallus gets dealt with. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.